Should you summon Ganyu? Yo, I'm your guy, Bancho Sai. And if you're asking yourself that very question, let me ask you some questions back to answer your own question. So first thing I'll ask you is, do you need a cute goat girlfriend? Yes, you do. Do you need long-lasting Q with some support capabilities? Yes, please, with the same cooldown and duration? Hell yeah. Do you need a Cairo unit? Because let's be real, Kaya isn't that cool. And Archer? Unit with a decoy ability? Yeah, we got that too. So why are you asking anything else? So I'm going to go over some builds. I have not fully tested everything I'm about to say, but like I think logically this all makes sense. For the weapons, I'm only going to mention the free-to-play ones. So no 4 stars that you get from gacha. I'm only mentioning the ones you can craft and 3-star weapons because these are all like fairly easy to get. Everyone should be able to get them. Hopefully you can use your brain. If you get like a 4-star, like a better 4-star, hopefully you can use your brain to figure it out. If you have a 5-star bow, I think honestly it doesn't even matter like what the substat is or whatever. Your base attack is so useful that you should just honestly slap that baby up on there and call it a day. But anyway, let's get down to the business. For the weapon, I would say go with... Now, if you need to craft a 4-star bow, I would say go with the prototype Crescent, because the substat for that weapon is attack percent, which is more damage, which is really good. And you also get a attack increase and a movement speed increase, which can be pretty useful for like evading and stuff whenever you use a charge attack, which is kind of for playstyle. But you could go you could go like a more support sub DPS kind of build if you keep watching the video. I'll talk more about that later. Now for 3-star weapons, I would recommend either the slingshot or the sharpshooter. Slingshot if you want more crit rate, and sharpshooter if you want more crit damage. If you can't decide between slingshot or sharpshooter, they are both, I would say they're kind of equally in the same boat, because slingshot can be more consistent because you don't have to always headshot stuff and you still get the damage out of it. It might not be as high, but like it's good to have because not every enemy has a weak spot, which is kind of one of the benefits for sharpshooter. But sharpshooter is also pretty good because it comes with crit damage, which is just more damage in general. So if you feel like, oh, I already have enough crit chance, if you're going the full Blizzard Strayer, you can get up to 40% crit chance. So it's it might be better just to go with the sharpshooter for the crit damage. Even if you aren't planning on doing headshots, but it is completely up to you. Now for the fun part, the artifact sets. What do I go for the artifacts? Well, I will tell you right now. If you're going DPS, I would recommend I would definitely recommend Blizzard Strayer. You get 20% when the enemy is affected by Cairo, and you get 40% crit chance when the enemy's frozen. Very good, because that means you don't have to go for as much crit chance, sub rolls, circlet, whatever. You don't have to like get as much crit chance out of it all. And it's like, wow, thanks for the free crit chance, guys. You also get a 15% Cairo bonus with your 2-piece. So even if you aren't planning on going a full Blizzard Strayer, maybe even going for the 2-piece is still worth it, especially if you want like a more sub DPS oriented build. If you are going for something like that where you aren't necessarily always having her on the field doing charge attacks, you could just like place her, you could send her out, use her E, use her Q, because her Q has the same, by the way, her Q has the same duration and the same cooldown, so you could potentially always infinitely have that, which I'll talk more about this like right after I talk about this. But anyway, you could go a 2-piece Blizzard for the Cairo, and then you could go a 2-piece Nobliss to increase the damage for her Q, since it's pretty much always probably going to be on the field depending on how you like run your team. If you are planning on doing this, I would recommend having some kind of unit that can like regenerate energy pretty quickly. If you don't know how to regenerate energy quickly, go units that have E abilities that they can either spam or E abilities that come off cooldown like fairly quickly. If you want a more support-oriented build, I would say maybe go 4-piece Noblesse, because you do, again, her Q has a very like good cooldown, good duration. So the attack buff that you get from the 4-piece Noblesse set after using your burst or your Q, after you use it, you get a 20% attack boost for the team that lasts 12 seconds, my bad. It lasts 12 seconds. The duration of the Q is 15. Do the math, quick math. 3-second cooldown right there. You're pretty much always going to have the attack buff up if you can get the Q up all the time. If you do already have someone in your team running 4-piece Noblesse, it does say that it does not stack the effect. So you could, again, just go back to the Cairo 2-piece Blizzard Strayer for the 15% Cairo damage and the 2-piece Noblesse. That way the Q still does some damage for you. For the stats that you will want, I would say for the Hourglass, go attack percent. You want the damage. If you don't necessarily want the damage, go for energy recharge. If you aren't like regenerating enough energy, or you're like, oh, I don't know if I'll like get enough energy to always have the Q up, go for energy recharge. It might be worth it. Again, I haven't tested this out, but like in theory, it should work, right? For the Goblet, cryo damage, easy. Circlet, you could go crit rate, crit damage, or if you took energy recharge, I would say maybe take attack. You could still go like crit damage or crit, like it still doesn't matter, right? Because your Q, you know, if you take crit rate, your Q can still crit and whatnot. But I'd say any of those three probably pretty good. And that's about it, you know? If you're going a more support-oriented character build, I would say level the talents for the Q and the E. If you're going a more DPS, maybe level the normal attack and the Q. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys have a good one. The footage was me pretty much just testing slingshot and sharpshooter so you guys could see the damage. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe. I probably already threw in like a weird transition in the middle of the video, but you know, see you guys around. Stay cool. If you're pulling ganyu, I wish you the best of luck. I'm still trying to get C1. Hopefully I can get that C1. If I get spooked by Chichi, I'm actually gonna quit the game, man.